I think we're loading back up. I don't know if this is going to be live right now. Okay, cool. I have no idea.
Well, we're back. Hopefully I shouldn't talk about the C word anymore. I think it might have crashed the stream, but hey, we're here. It was too powerful. We are in map 3. Finally, we've made it. My goodness, McDegens, Pepega, Pufferfish. It's gonna be McDegens starting out on the defense.
And that's the last time I let you talk about cheese. I'm easily on, and I'm here with Cats. And we're in a map 3 of McDegens versus Pepega Pufferfish. Like we said, Pepega Pufferfish is looking a bit more like the favorite coming into this, but we have faith. McDegen have shown us that they can put up a fight. So hopefully they have some nice bind strats to show us and to pull out here for the W.
Definitely a lot of good information grabbed here by this guy. She's able to get that dog out, spots 2 players, actually gets the concussion as well, but nobody really forcing juice yet as the stack is towards B for Pega. Waiting for this smoke to run out. Hawk is going to spot out the Viper. Yummy Max able to get the spot onto Elixir, forcing them into the 5v4. Everybody swarming this site now, and Sneaky's gonna hold his ground. He's got the molly out for the time being, gets the quick trade, looking for, oh my goodness, turns around, takes a headshot, right clicks are there, he's able to run in so low, and these 2 members are so low. You gotta don't turn around, oh my goodness. Stoicism is gonna drop to play this one really slow. So, just waiting for someone to walk into the smoke, no way. This isn't real! Stoicism, can he one? Can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, no!
There's no way he gets 3 there. I don't know, I think we're seeing the cheese strats right here.
He sat there the entire time. Oh my goodness.
Well, I'd say that is a cheese strat that almost worked out. Stoicism showing us that the sub, as a sub in on Pepega Pufferfish, he has something to bring, and he has some interesting strats to bring to the table, to say the least.
Yeah, interesting strats is definitely a way you can put it. Might be the only way to put it, to be honest. But really interesting start there.
Yeah, I'm happy to see the win for McDegens, even if it might have looked a little bit scary towards the end.
Definitely. Now to their bonus, able to pick up the skill. So Mac, but you gotta be always scared of this headhunter. One click, lose yourself. Gun and a little bit of eco is going to be the smokes out here. No, Phantom is in this right corner. Slowly lurking out of showers onto side. He's actually going to start the plan. It's going to bait Phantom to peek out. Kind of scared of that headhunter. It is going to be Gamma Elixir on the backside. At these two members just playing in the smoke.
Headshot.
Trying to stake this defuse. The Molly's out. They still don't know he's there. Stoicism and the health.
One enemy remaining.
The knife, Mallard. I think he pleaded for that. But Degens are going to be able to keep 5 alive and get defuse.
The knife might have been good for their mental, but that was a little bit of a jump to get there. Not quite close enough. And so we'll have to wait for the knife to come another day.
Yeah, and kind of unlucky timing for those smokes to drop as well. He thought he might have been able to get it off, but end of the day, isn't able to get the knife. It's going to be another one over to Degens, and they didn't drop a single member there as well. So they're going to be sitting on these full SMGs going into round 3.
And that bonus is exactly what you want to see coming out from them. This is the round that we talk about. If they convert here, they start to look really nice in those credits. You can see all of them have, you know, 2.4 at the minimum, but most of them have at least 3,000 in the bank. So they're looking at a full buy next, regardless of what happens here. Like off to buy with an interesting Sky Flash, but doesn't spot anything.
They found my trap.
Very quick swing, but Yummy Mac is there to click heads and takes down Quiet. And Phantom really low here as well. So far, push for Pepega. Put down some damage, get some kills as well. You know, realistically, if you're the McDegens, you're not to pick up a round. It would be fantastic, but at the end of the day, you're just trying to get a few kills, maybe switch over rifles as well.
And Yummy Mac hears it all. He can hear the rotate going all the way through their spawn. They know exactly where they are, and he's on the flank.
There.
They don't have a single idea because they have no utility to watch.
Bomb buddy out.
Wrapping around. This would be the end of Mick Elixir.
One enemy remaining.
He gets 2. Flawless.
Great play there from Magus. He is able to just, you know, like you said, hear it all. Finds himself the play.
Really playing the information game in that round. It's an easy walk. Never even had to let go of the shift button. Just crept right along, and it's an easy round for them, and a round that they definitely needed to make sure that, you know, McDegens weren't able to get a little bit too comfortable.
Yeah, it will be a full rifle.
Bonne chance, mes amis.
Though, as finally get pretty much into what Valorant's about. Do look at ultimate. It is going to be Brimstone with his ultimate here for Pepega. Are able to get on site. He get into a corner or something. Somewhere pretty safe. You have that opportunity to use that ultimate to defend that spike.
Open up the sky!
They had the flash for early long control, but they weren't able to stop any of the pressure coming up, and there's just too much utility being dumped on the site right now for them to hold on. So they opted for a retake strategy, which I think was good considering, you know, what was being thrown at them, and getting that first pick. Now they're sitting pretty comfortable. But, you know, this is where they Pepega Pufferfish start to pull into their strat book, and they're going for that rotate. But thankfully, McDegens are, you know, they've learned from their mistakes. They're not full stacking too heavily, and on bind, thankfully, it's not too big of a rotate to get back.
Yeah, and kind of feel like these players are just teleport to use. Phantom walking pretty aggressively here in short. Is he going to around and just the inopportune time Zeno takes the kill. These players are going to teleport out to showers. It's going to be the plant going down.
And that could have lost them the round.
As we have another technical issue or two. We'll get you back around in just a second. Thankfully, it looks like we have a different type of cheese down here this time, so we can't crash.
Yes, of course.
2 minutes.
And I want to say, I think that small mistake there is what might have lost them the round because they learned from their mistakes. On Icebox, the thing that they were doing bad was not overcommitting, but they would always bite when Pepega Pufferfish would push in. They would always bite that. And so Pepega would be able to just rotate and walk right into sight. And that's what they tried doing there. But it ended up working just because of the timing. And I think if the timing doesn't work McDegens had the read. They could have pulled through on that round. And we don't know the results of that round yet, but that's my prediction. I don't know that they're able to pull that back unless they have an extremely successful retake.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really hard retake as well. You have a lot of utility still available to be used. You can still toss a smoke. Heaven, the chamber is available, but doesn't have access to an operator sort of. It's a really challenging retake, and being able to find that early frag, just unlucky timing for Casino, really is going to help them that site. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, so we're just gonna have to see if Pepega Pufferfish are gonna be able to come, keep reading them like this and getting those rotates to be successful. And we're just getting into the thick of it with the gun round, so we don't know exactly the strategy that the teams are bringing into the game. But just based on the previous game knowledge, I think that if they're able to do that, they'll find the success that they need. McDegens, they just have to find them slipping up just that little bit, just that small turnaround. It's those small slip ups. It's like when they didn't clear, back Heaven on Fracture. That cost them that round because they lost all that information. Pepega Pufferfish are already playing the information game with creeping through their spawn or rotating around. They're looking for that greater map control.
Yeah, and I really like how they're playing slow, they're playing defaults, and they're just looking for picks, and they're playing off of them, whether it be rotating to a different site or understanding that, oh, okay, we got to pick at this site. This might force them, 1 or 2 members, to try and rotate over after some more utility. Okay, let's head back on over towards the A site, use the teleport to get over towards showers. Let's get them out here. So doing really, really well on these reads so far this game.
Absolutely. And I'm interested to see if they can do it more. I'm not sure if we're able to throw to a break here or what our specific technical problems are here. So in the meantime, I'm happy to keep talking to you until we hear otherwise. But I just want to say thank you to everyone coming out to the Tranquility X VALORANT tournament. I know Tranquility is normally known for our Overwatch and tournaments and our community that we've built up with that. But branching out into VALORANT, it's been a little bit of some technical difficulties, as you can see, but it's great to see the community out here supporting, being in chat on those predictions. We got the copy pastas, and I think it's been fun. I think this has been a good live stream so far.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a little bit of a, what's the word? I don't want to use the word mess, but it's a mess at the end of the day. If we're being honest, but we're cooking. We're still here. We got our map 3. We got that going for us.
That's
and
true.
We will get it to you in a second, hopefully.
I'm trying to see if we received a message on what we're planning on doing next. It looks like we're not.
Yeah, but yeah,
okay, it looks like we can go to break. So we'll throw the break. We'll be right back. We're troubleshooting some technical issues, but don't go anywhere.
We are back. It is 3-2. Pepega in the lead. Nothing else is going to happen. Wood is being knocked on. And we have game 3.
Say it. No, I have firm confidence. We're ready to get rolling, and we're right into
You
the
want
round.
to play?
We only
Let's
missed
play.
one round, you know, in between all of that. But we're going right into round number 6 here, and I think it's a full buy from both teams, with Pepega Pufferfish in the lead.
Yeah, all teams on these rounds. It is the Spectre for Gammo. He does have access to that tour de force. Trying to peek out Heaven, but you can actually see these players are kind of rotating. It is Brimstone making his way up to Heaven. Gammo, well, unfortunate timing on putting away that tour de force as well, but as that smoke goes down, you want to be protected from the side.
You know, and you see players whip out that tour de force. I can't believe he used it to do a dry peek with a Spectre. That's a really weird move coming from Gammo on Pepega Pufferfish, who have been playing so intelligently through this whole match.
Nonetheless, they are able to get the trade and able to get the spike down. Players right now of DGens are rotating their way over. You see Chamber in Heaven looking for that peak angle, but I like how Pepega is playing. Absolutely zero to peak. Send out the Haunt for a little bit of extra information, but realistically, you have bomb planted. There is just no reason to peek unless they force you to.
And the time's just ticking away on the clock. I think McDegens are almost, you know, starting to really run out of time. They're going to have to have someone stick on the bomb if they want it to go through, and they're not able to make it connect when you're down in that 1v2 situation. So Pepega Pufferfish are able to put another round on the board, regardless of any, you know, trades that happened along the way. Like you said, they played that round really comfortably. They were sitting all the way back on A site, so it really forced McDegens to push all the way forward. They weren't even coming into contact until they were deep within U-Haul, you know, and approaching those really back choke points.
Yeah, it will be a timeout called here for DGens. Gonna just try and talk it over, see, you know, lost that 2 rounds in a row. So they'll have to talk it over. They'll have to discuss it a little bit. But hey, we're back.
I think I've been turned into a piece of cheese. I just want to put on the record that cheese was never my idea. I'm being framed. Cats is the cheese man. But I think that we just had a small ping issue on the side of the McDegens. It looked like McElixir had a little bit of a ping issue at about 200, but hopefully we'll be going right back into the game in a second, because like we were saying, they're starting to pick up momentum, they're starting to get that pace, and we were about to finally get the rest of our map 3.
We are so close to having it, you know, and we talked about, we knew one of these players actually played. So I was gonna say, let's guess the player who's playing on a phone hotspot. It might be McElixir.
No, well, if McElixir's at 200, I could see that being a phone hotspot.
Nonetheless, we're still at 200.
Yeah, still at 195. But honestly, better than I would think it would be if they're still on their phone. I think these players just want to get this match going any way that they can. And I think that they might try and play around this ping issue that they're having. They're having McElixir play a little bit farther back on A site, you know, and playing to swing on contact instead of trying to get, you know, the millisecond reaction times that typically FPS players tend to go for.
Yeah, and I really like they actually put one as well, using that Brimstone, so you're going to be able to stay in the back. You can still pop smokes pretty easily. You know, your abilities aren't necessarily these things where you that millisecond reaction time. So good ideas all around. But execute going on to B. It's going to be the pick from Mallard onto McBubba. Stinky is there to try and slow down this push. They actually spot out Stinky's going to try and go for the spray, and easily finds it. Ammo. Gonna have to check out Elbow. He knows McOptibot is here. It's a quick flash, and he's got the rendezvous
One
to take him to
enemy
safety,
remaining.
but not before he's
Spike
traded one
down
foot.
B.
And now it's gonna be McElixir, the last one to D-Jets.
I think that the McDegens were probably hoping that McElixir wouldn't have to
seconds left.
rotate and they'd be able to handle it. Because he can't even get a shot off before he's able to turn around and respond. Stoicism holding down a kind of dirty angle up on the boxes, just that headshot, you know, and just cleaning up the round and bringing them into the next one. And believe it or not, even with that high ping, McElixir is their top frag right now. And I think we're seeing a different Brimstone. It was Stinky on the Brimstone last round, and so I think that I'm not sure why they might have swapped it around. Maybe Stinky's just more comfortable on that Viper. So I'm still interested to see what McDegens can do with this thing.
Definitely, and you look at the ultimates across the board as well. McDegens with all but one available to them, so I would like to see some more usage of those ultimate abilities as well to try and rather enter these sites or take control of them. Of course, you have the Viper, the Viper's pit, you have rocket to do so many different things you try to use to get onto these, or excuse me, defend these sites.
I think it's possible that Stinky might have heard the spike drop right there, and they do get spawned out by the Haunt, but they take their position back right after, because the Judge is really only good at this distance, so they don't want to fall back, give them that breathing room, and make their gun less effective. So that's really smart room from them.
Yeah, and I really like the angle that's actually being held. That goes out. Shots come through. He's going to be full blinded. The near side is there, but that's done a bit of extra damage. Yeah, the spams, the damage, the nades, and everything else are more than enough to take him down. Bot does spot them in hookah with that quick jump as the satchel is there as well, but 3 members swarming the site. See if he's able to find any picks. No, he's not. Mallard cleans it up. Bubba was actually able to get a kill on the backside of this. So he's able to force it into this 3v2. Still, spike down onto the B site, planted for long. It's a pretty hard retake opportunity here for the McDegens.
And I like that they're playing together, trying to play off of each other's contact. This is what you have to do when you're in these down situations to give yourself any sort of
One enemy remaining.
That makes 3.
But Mallard is clean with the shot, hitting the headshot, and McDegens is here to collect their fate. This point they get spotted. They're able to get one. Very impressive, but Axino is there on the back to swing and clean it up. And I think the fade utility has been really good so far this map. Every time they've gone for that B execute, they've gotten that fade on top. And if they don't spot anything with that, they're still doing the C's in the corner with a blast pack. Because I think that, if I'm remembering right, the fade C's that she tosses down can bring you down to 1 HP instantly, and then you slowly get it back. And so if you get that Fees plus any amount of damage combo, that's why you see them tossing that blast pack, that can be a really easy kill. And so they're using this fade intelligently, which is exactly what we were saying we were looking forward to, these new meta plays with her being brought into the mix.
Bomb buddy out.
Yeah, a lot of new characters you're seeing here as well. As it's going to be a slightly more heavy stack onto A with 4 members here. Gotta look, 3 players from Pepega are pushing out towards that B side. You really have this chamber looking into showers as well. Already drops there from McDegens.
You know, and we're just praying right now that DeGen's Rage doesn't re-peak that up in showers. The Yummy Mac's taking so much space. I think they're aware that they could just be right on the other side of the wall. But with the pistol, there's not much they can do there.
Another smoke gonna go out onto
Face
one.
your
They're
fear!
kind of just trying to get them to
One
rotate.
enemy
As
remaining.
Viper's the only one defending. He's actually going to be the last member alive for McDegens as well. Stunned, runs out of ammo. That crosshair was top of Mallard's head, but didn't matter at the end of the day. And another round over to Pega.
And a crazy spray from Mallard that, you know, maybe gave them the chance to land the headshot with the, you know, with the sheriff, but the shots just don't come through. And now Pepega Pufferfish are running away with the map, and you can't help but feel for McDegens with this player on high ping diff that this might have thrown off their mental. They looked like they had so much confidence on Fracture, and now they barely have a full buy. They have the Spectre coming through on Phantom, and even with light shields, so they're gonna need to bring it back here, or you know, we could end up with a 10-2 scoreline, which is a lot less winnable than the 9-3.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to be super worried about just how aggressive, or excuse me, not aggressive, but how methodical Pega is. They aren't overworking, they aren't pushing into anything. Is Stinky actually able to find this kill? She'll be a kill from Sky as well. After that initial frag, it's going to be Pega deciding to rotate out. They don't need to fight off Jew.
Look where Viper is.
Oh my goodness, Yummy Mac.
The Viper just managed to slip right past them, but the Raze is on the other side of it, getting short trades left and right. Eventually, their trades are able to go into their favor, but only now does the spike get planted. There were so much players just walking around each other.
Spike planted.
So exciting times happening where they're on opposite sides of the map, and you're like, the players should not be able to be in this sort of arrangement right now. There's an op battle potentially happening as the Chambers duel, but
knows he's there. He was just barely able to see him, so he's gonna look for this peek. It's aggressive, and Bubba's gonna win that one, forcing it now into the 2v3, but the Viper pit is down. It's a lot of spraying coming out of Stinky, but this spike is ticking away, and something's gonna have to be done quick. Free firing just about every corner, and Yummy Mac is able to find the shot on Stinky through that Viper's pit. Looking for another, gonna pop the fade, spraying through his Xeno, and now it's only gonna be Bubba remaining. He's able to find the kill, but it's just too little too late as this spike is gonna go up. I think it's gonna kill both members. Yeah, so no guns left for anybody on the map.
No guns left, but definitely a huge win for Pepega because their economy was stronger. They can afford to buy back in if all their players die there, and they do just that. Versus all of McDegens die there, and they only have one rifle coming into this next round. For Phantom to try and do that hero play, to try and maybe get an early peek, a trade that they can pick up a gun and, you know, spiral something from there. Maybe the difference maker here is Stinky's really not shown up so far. We only have 4 to 6 kills from anyone on McDegens' side, but Stinky was like our MVP from McDegens on Fracture playing that Brimstone, and we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, and he was consistently getting 3 2Ks throughout as well.
The opening pick right there.
First we speak of it, and it happens, but the opening pick, I'll be to look for when he only takes a little bit of damage. Did you see that? That wasn't checked. And Yummy Mac cleans up too. It's going to be Make Elixir and Phantom to fall. Optibot is out so far here. He is able to find the kill to Yummy Mac.
I like that he pulled back there.
Explosive. Oh, that's unfortunate. Spike going down. Optibot slowly waiting here. He's got that Viper wall cover for the time being, but it's not going to be there for much longer. Stoicism. Yeah, Stoicism is just them up, and 2 members fall. The remaining now is going to be Stinky, and it will fall. Xeno to take him out. Now a 9-2 lead. I believe they will be able to force here at this final round.
And it was a really good idea there. Stinky got that one pick, I think it got second, and fell back. And I liked seeing that conservative play, trying to play more smart, like Pepega Pufferfish has been doing this whole time. But you can't just have a one-off smart play. You need to have your whole team having the cohesion. And those 2 frags aren't going to win the round. But if more than one person can do that, that's when you can start seeing the results. And so they really just need to make sure that their whole team is getting these intelligent plays, you know, playing for their lives and getting the trades.
Tour de force brought out by Giammo, potentially looking for a peek. McBubba is holding this down in heaven. Up battle, sees just an arm. He's got the peeker's advantage. Bubba's actually going to jump over. That was so aggressive.
Once again, Yummy Mac has gotten deep into U-Haul, and I'm not sure they even are aware right now. Nobody was watching the cross. Now, they just have such a gross angle with that shorting, opting to use one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest gun in the game, if you don't count Chamber's weapon.
On here.
Gonna find a kill. He spots out that operator at Yummy Mac on the. It pays off, takes down Bubba, and I believe that's the op out of his hands. Picks up another as well. He's able to take down Elixir, swings back out, but Phantom with a clean headshot to take him down. The grenade trying to do a little bit of damage on the backside, but Mallard's able to get the kill. Now it's going to be the full entry for Pega into this site as they try and get the spikes down, as it is smokes all across the site. Sky and Viper, the only 2 characters remaining. Brimstone is just a little bit under 50% HP. It's going to be a slow, methodical take here for the side of McDegens if they want trying to take this. And I think that's only a sheriff in the hands here of Stinky, actually. As he try and push back in, Optibot checking all corners, even fighting. They kind of know where he is. He's going to send out the dog for some information. Spots him out. Could be a potential win. It's 1. It's 2. Is Optibot going to be able to get one more? Loading. Wing while you're reloading. He gets shot down. And it's going to be a 10-2 half.
Like I was saying, the 10-2 looks so much less winnable than the 9-3. And I would have to put my cards on Pepega Pufferfish. They're just looking so much more confident, and they're playing with that team play. And the plays that Yummy Mac is doing it's reminiscent of their best plays back on Fracture. You know, when they're sitting in the smoke in heaven, and it's like it's not about getting the picks. Yummy Mac didn't try and get more space. Yummy Mac didn't go for a pick right away. they just waited. They just waited for McDegens to make a slip up or to not clear the corner all the way, which they did. If you're patient, your enemy will slip up. You can let them make the mistake, not you, and they walk right into the trap. Yummy Mac practically wins them the round with those 2 opening picks. They're not opening, but 2 huge picks on the A side.
Actually, a lot of aggression on the defensive side here. Pega, they push completely through the B side. There are 3 people barreling towards them. The Prowler goes out. They spot out 3. That's going to be a battle over there, but it's going to be the side of McDegens that actually come out on top. So they take 2 quick kills. A lot of damage, though, onto them at the back of the day as we're looking at.
But once again, Pepega Pufferfish have gotten so much map control here. We have Viper again flanking, and she might catch the timing right here. They just don't expect someone to be this deep. And it's the map control that's winning Pepega Pufferfish these rounds, round after round. And now McElixir's forced to watch that, but also try and push into sight. They don't have a chamber to trap. They don't have anything. All they can do is, you know, put one foot in front of the other, and with low HP on both, they have a sight. But protecting it is going to be quite the challenge.
Yeah, especially with 2 members running incredibly pretty healthy alongside of Pega. The spike hasn't gone down just yet, but it is all 3 members rotating towards the A site. And they're going to try and play off each other's contacts here. Only 1 or 2 bullets are needed to kill these members of McDegens, and Optibot is going to be the first one spotted out. Mac looking for the angle here on the boxes, finds it, gets the first kill. Now looking, Elixir doesn't know where he is, spots him out, and yeah, with 2 members that are just so low, it's such a hard site to defend. That will be a quick 2 kills over to Yummy Mac. Now 11-2 in favor of Pepega.
And it didn't even look difficult for Yummy Mac. Yummy Mac just cleared both of those angles super easily because you said 1 or 2 bullets. They were pretty much at 1 bullet guaranteed kill. And so McDegens were forced to take a timeout here and really consider their options. When you're at a 2-11 scoreline, that's when things are looking desperate. And I want to be hype, I want to cheer for them, but we need to see them do something worth cheering from. We need to see some life out of them, because ever since those timeouts and the technical difficulties with their players' ping and playing off a phone hotspot potentially, they just haven't been able to hold the sights properly, which is understandable, but I want to see more from them.
Yeah, and Pepega has just hold steadfast and hold strong, consistent throughout the entire series. Even in that map too that they did end up losing, they still played incredibly strong. So what I really see is just a slight lack of consistency from the side of McDegens. They haven't been strong on this map. They weren't as strong on especially, but going into this map 3, if you want to do something, you have to do it now. Going into the bonus round, it will force it to 12-2, and after that, you cannot give up a round if you lose the bonus. And I like this idea. You have to force. You don't want to allow to get to map point.
Absolutely, that's so correct. And so what I want to see from them here is map control. Even if they're not winning all the duels, they need to know or find some sort of information on where the other team is. And with their current competition, it's really all up to McOpticBot to do that. You know, the Sky's their only initiator here with her dog and her flashes. That's the only way they can get more information, and I think they need that. That's what they need to be able to get onto these sites and have more awareness on what's happening.
And they are stacking towards the B site. Stone watching the back, and Mallard is able to find the first kill. Does get traded by Stinky though. So we're left in the back, slowly working through the back side, and Elixir is holding this angle. We're gonna run into the fight, but it's a kill for Yummy Mag. Barely backside.
It's down to a 2.
Left into the 2v2 as one last player drops. It's McBubba to try and hold this one. He's gonna pick it up, and he's just right behind him, and it's now map point.
It's the corners once again that are killing them. The spike gets dropped. There was somebody on site, but he wasn't there to help his teammate to get that trade and to make that 2v2 go to a potential 1v1 and a winnable situation. And so now when they're brought to map point, they're forced to buy here. They're gonna have classics and Spectre. It's gonna have to be a full Spectre board across full Spectre buy across the board because they don't have any other choice. They're looking so desperate. And Pepega Pufferfish are looking pretty comfortable. They're still going to buy up here, but it's because they're at 12-2. They can play with a Bucky. They can play with a Bulldog. They can use whatever gun they're feeling like using.
Yeah, and Phantom gonna throw out that nade, try and gather maybe a little bit of information or a trade, and he finds a fantastic headshot on the Gamma. Going to start their push. That satchel charge is gonna blast him all the way across to sight. I mean, look at where Viper is once again on the flank. They have to be hyper aware of this as Spike is going down.
Spike
Though,
planted.
lurking here in U-Haul to a fight is Stinky. Who's going to get the first bullet? It's going to be Mallard. And it might be a double swing here from this two, but it's a Yummy Mac on the flank. Only 2 members remaining for McDegens. Now 1, and they know exactly where he is. The shots come through, and Pepega Pufferfish in 13-2 fashion will pick up map 3 and the series.
Yeah, we were so excited for map 3, but really when it came down to it, I think DGens weren't able to pull through and use the strats book that they were using for Fracture. You know, Fracture was their map pick, and that's where they looked most comfortable, but you need to be able to play more than just your map pick, and they weren't able to do that on that final map. And yeah, there were some ping technical issues, but there were some small issues all from their players all around. And Pepega Pufferfish, they've shown us why they were 4-0 coming into this and are 5-0 coming out of it. They just play smart and they play good.
Yeah, played fantastic. We saw that on Icebox, doing fantastic, perfect reads, just like an open book. And really, the book was written in first grade, so it was more than easily. So fantastic job from them. And at the end of the day, they pick up the series. We are more than glad we finally got a map 3, though. First one of the tournament.
And it might not have been as close as we would have hoped it to be, but it was still quite entertaining nonetheless. There were some fun plays in there. I wish we had a highlight reel to show right now because there were some pretty cool shots. There were some cheese strats, the hiding in the smoke for the defuse. The cheese strats. Now, the hiding in the smoke on like that round 1 or round 2, that was beautiful. The lurk in U-Haul, it was a fun series overall, and I'm glad to have been casting it with you.
Yeah, likewise. Well, thank you everyone for coming out and watching and sticking with throughout some of these technical issues. We really appreciate it. But of course, that is going to be it from us. We hope all y'all have a lovely night.
That's right. I'll talk to you later. See you next time on our stream.